Good evening, everybody. I apologise because I have completely messed up the timings this evening. Half of you are expecting this live at 7 o'clock in the evening. The other half of you are expecting it at 7:30 this evening, depending on whether you're watching on the app or on Facebook. I just completely messed up the time. So I'm really, really sorry. If you are here at 7:30 and you're expecting to watch this live, it is a replay. If you're here at 7 o'clock, welcome. I thought I would get it done early just so no one's waiting around. My poor husband is currently wrestling Evelyn in the bath because this is bath and bedtime. But I just wanted to make sure that nobody missed it. So if you're watching on replay, hello, good evening, welcome back. And anyone that's watching live, let me know in the comments as well. So this evening, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and please do save this video. So if you're watching it on YouTube, you can save it, or if you're watching it on Facebook, I'm pretty sure you can save it as well. Wherever you're watching this, save this so you can come back and do this little meditation at any point. Before we get into it, I want to quickly go through week 2 that we've been doing in the sensory slowdown. So this week, just like last week, we're really looking at the sense in a slightly different way. We're not just saying like, oh, we see things or we hear things. We're looking at it in a slightly different way. And this week is the power of really hearing. So not just what we hear around us, but what we hear within us. So call it your gut, call it your intuition, whatever it is. This week, we're really focusing on listening to ourselves. And I think that often life is so noisy, not just with actual sound, but with pressure, with thoughts, with expectations, distractions, phone notifications. We sometimes forget how to truly listen to ourselves. Like, when was the last time you sat down and you actually fully listened to yourself? Listen to your needs, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, to the little messages that we kind of like, that are in the back of our head that's like, oh, we need to listen to that. That's what I want us to focus on this week. So Monday, we did a moment of silence, and a few of you said to me, Bex, I can't do it. I can't have silence. You know, either I've got children, or there's just too much going on, or I just don't like silence. And that's okay. You know, if, as with all of these challenges, if it's something that you really just, it doesn't feel right for you, then that's okay. I think my point with a moment of silence was really just an invitation to find some stillness, wherever that is, whenever that is, middle of the night when the kids are in bed. I mean, Evelyn doesn't even give me that at the moment. But wherever you find that stillness, even if it's really fleeting, using that as a moment of silence. Tuesday was gentle voice. So this is really about softening how we speak to ourselves internally and aloud. Today we did sound sanctuary, if you're following along. So this is really creating sort of like a calming, supporting space through sound, whatever that looks like for you. And it might be that this meditation is yours. I do have some background music that, fingers touch wood, fingers crossed it works through this. It might be that. It might be going back to silence. Maybe your sound sanctuary is silence. Maybe it's sitting outside and listening to the birds. Maybe it's a piece of music. Whatever it is, that is your sound sanctuary. Tomorrow we'll be doing asking and listening, and you can use this meditation for that if you want. So if you want to tick something else off your list, you'll be able to do that one today. And this is really slowing down to trust what we already know. And on Friday, we're going to reflect on what others are saying, basically, and what others have said about us, those kind words that we often dismiss as, oh, you know, whatever, that's just Amy being nice about me. You know, those things that we deeply need to hear and listen to that we often dismiss. So that's our week in a nutshell. Hopefully you've been enjoying it so far. Please do let me know how you're getting on with the challenges. Remember, this is your challenge. Do any of them, do none of them, change them, whatever it is that works for you. What we want to focus on this week is the power of really hearing and really listening, and what that feels like for you. So, shall we get into a little meditation? I'm just going to play a little bit of music. Annette, I know you're in the chat, so if you can let me know if this is a good volume, and I'll kind of talk over it, just because I'm not used to doing it on this system. So can you hear me over the top of this music? Let me know in the chat. And if you can, then we will get started with a lovely little meditation session. Fingers crossed. Everyone's like, oh, where's the chat? I don't want it too loud. Yes, perfect. Thank you, Annette. Right. Let's start that from the beginning. Find a spot to get comfortable. You might want a pen and paper for after this, or your scrapbook if you're doing a sensory scrapbook. Thank you, Gojo, as well. Get comfy and let's get started. So like I said, let's begin by getting comfortable. You can sit down, you can lie down, whatever your body needs right now. Just let your body relax. Let your hands rest softly. Let your shoulders drop. Relax any tension in your jaw. And you can just close down the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. We're going to start with a slow, gentle breath in through the nose and a breath out through the mouth. Let's do that again. Breathe in through the nose and big exhale out through the mouth. And one last time, in through the nose. Hold it at the top. And a big sigh out. Now you can let your breath settle into its natural rhythm. Let your body feel supported by the floor, the chair, the ground, the bed, wherever you are. Let your attention begin to turn inward, gently, without any effort. You don't need to do anything. Remember, you're just here to listen. So we're going to ask ourselves 3 quiet questions. And you don't need to search for the perfect answer. I just want you to notice what arises when you make space. So your first question is, what do I really need right now? Let the question land softly. You might hear an answer straight away. You might feel a sensation, or you might get nothing, and that's okay too. We're just here to listen. We're going to take 3 deep breaths in and out. Thinking about that question as we breathe in. What do I really need right now? And out. And last time, breathing in, listening to your gut, listening to your intuition. What do I really need right now? And breathing out. Amazing. Okay. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to see if anything else comes up. And then we're going to move on to question 2. What have I been ignoring that wants to be heard? Maybe it's a feeling. Maybe it's a truth you've been avoiding. Maybe it's simply silence. Maybe it's this moment right here. So again, we're going to take 3 soft, spacious breaths while we think about the question. and see what we can hear. In and out. In, what have I been ignoring that wants to be heard? And out. And last one, in and out. Just staying in the stillness of this moment, seeing if there's anything that comes up for you. And don't worry if nothing comes up, that's okay too. We don't want to push ourselves. We're just listening to our intuition, to our gut, to the first thing that comes up. And sometimes that's nothing, and that's okay. And the final question. What do I need to let go of right now? It might be a thought, a tension, a weight that you've been carrying, an anxiety, a person. Don't force it out. Just name it if you can. Let it be heard, even if it's briefly. And we're going to take our final 3 deep breaths as we listen for the answer. In and out. In, what do I need to let go of right now? And out. Last deep breath in and out. And just resting here for a moment, seeing if anything else comes up for you, whether it's for that question or anything else that your body or your mind is trying to tell you. Sometimes it's only when we're sitting in these moments of stillness that we hear things that we need to hear. And when you're ready, you can gently bring awareness back to your body, to the space around you, to the present moment. You can wiggle your fingers and toes, roll your shoulders, slowly open your eyes. And before you carry on with whatever it is that you're doing today, I want you to take a moment to honor what you heard. Even if it was quiet, even if it was incomplete or unexpected, you listened. And that's the practice. That's the power in what you've just done. So well done to you. So hopefully you enjoyed that little moment. Let me know if anything came up, if you heard anything, if you heard nothing, that's also okay. It's just a really nice practice, and you can change those questions, right? So you can pick 3 questions and you can sit there in the stillness, 3 deep breaths for each question, and ask yourself the things that you need to hear, right? It's only when we're kind of quiet that we hear those things and we hear our gut and we hear our intuition. So hopefully that's a really helpful little practice that you can take with you anywhere. If you'd like to write anything down, you can journal on what came up. It's a nice idea to kind of jot anything down that came up. Or if you're doing a sensory slowdown scrapbook, now is a nice time to maybe jot something in your scrapbook that you can come back to and fill in later on. So it could just be a word. It could just be a small little insight. It doesn't need to be a whole massive, momentous journaling page, but just anything that came up for you in the quiet that perhaps you're like, oh, I'd like to explore that a little bit further. So, like I said, later this week, we're going to reflect on how others see us and how we can begin to let some of that kindness in. We've also got the ask and listen. So again, you can do this with the 3 questions from that, or you can do that in a different way. I've also given some ideas in a lesson for tomorrow as well. And over the weekend, you'll receive your recap email like normal, your scrapbook prompts. Hopefully you've been enjoying that. I've got mine here. Ugh, goodness me. I haven't actually had the chance to start it today because I have been out, as some of you have seen, doing a cold plunge. So thank you everyone that decided that should be one of the self-care ideas that I try out. But yeah, I'm going to start that tomorrow. So you'll get new scrapbook prompts this weekend. And we've got until Sunday with the Foss and Bjorn competition. So you'll get a reminder of that as well. I'm now going to go and rescue my husband, who is currently wrestling a terrorist of a toddler. And I hope you have a lovely evening. Once again, I'm sorry if you're watching this back and you're expecting to go live at 7:30. I hope it doesn't take away from your experience of doing it live. But I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments. And I will see you again. Just a really quick note, and I will put this in the community as well. The next 2 Wednesdays, I'm not actually here in the evenings. I've got an event in London, and then I'm doing my own night off event that I know some of you are coming to locally in Tunbridge Wells. So I'm not here in the evenings. I will be doing the lives either on a different day or I'll be doing them in the afternoons. I haven't decided yet, but I will let you all know. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.